know I have what it takes to be the next greatest and biggest breakout star.
Before Normani would clock in 4.5 million followers on Instagram and post for pics alongside Ariana Grande, Sam Smith, Cardi B, and more.
You can ask me about the new music.
What's up with the new music?
Well, what's up with the new music is the new music will be coming out at the beginning of August.
What was that? I am literally speechless right now. Like, that's not the Normani I know. I've never seen her dance like that before.
Before Normani would team up with Black, Khalid, Quavo, Jessie Reyez, Calvin Harris, and more.
Teen Choice. Do you remember being at your first one?
I do, except I had a few other bodies next to me.
Before Normani would take the cue that it was time to exit Fifth Harmony and make a name for herself all on her own. As a member of Fifth Harmony, Normani, she kinda blended in with the crowd. But man, did she show up with her music video for motivation. Now in there, she paid tribute to J-Lo, Beyonce, Britney Spears, Ciara, and more. And for a white boy like me, well, this video got me all hot and bothered, not gonna lie. Now the girl, she's been practicing long and hard. She's an award-winning dancer and gymnast who recorded her first single when she was only 13 years old.
I remember her watching Annie, and she would say, "Mommy, Mommy, I want to do that. I want to be in there like that."
She would go on to compete in beauty pageants before her big debut on X Factor, but her family life almost fell apart before this all happened. Now dad, he got booked on drugs, and the entire family nearly lost it all during Hurricane Katrina. Nowadays though, Normani, she's generating a hurricane all on her own, if you know what I mean. That was cheesy. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden hitting you with another Before They Were Famous, this time on good old Normani. Now, a few other drops recently include Light Skin Keisha, and we have done City Girls and Saweetie earlier this summer. That's right, it's a hot girl summer. No doubt about it. As always, we need your suggestions for who to do next in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys after the intro. Also, let's roll the old intro, because I kind of miss it. You know what I mean? Hey, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom! Normani Corday Hamilton was born on May 31st, 1996 in Atlanta, Georgia, to parents Derek and Andrea Hamilton. Now, Normani has previously revealed that her mom was diagnosed with cancer when she was 6 years old. But I'm happy to report that mom, she made a full recovery.
So happy to be here.
Okay, awkward video, but it was a celebration. Now, when asked by Rolling Stone on how her parents met, well, Normani explained, "They met when my dad was in college. My dad's younger than my mom, he went to Georgia Tech, and she was a flight attendant, and she was traveling. But one of their girlfriends knew my dad. She was trying to set them up on a blind date for the longest time. But that never happened. Then one night, they were both at a club, the same place at the same time, and then that was it." Now, she has two older half-sisters named Ashley and Ariel Hamilton, and she shared a few touching pics on IG, doting on her dad and her great-grandma. "You're the flyest Cold Stone Creamery date that a girl could ask for. You always supported my decision-making when it came to all 11 of my piercings. Total shade to my mother. Laugh my ass off, you're my whole world." The other reads, "I'm grateful to be your great-granddaughter, and I'm blessed to have been able to watch you make 100 years of age just as you always wanted to do." 100? Damn! Black, it certainly don't crack. Am I allowed to say that?
No! Hell no! No!
Now, the family, they didn't stay in Atlanta for long, with Normani spending her early years in New Orleans, where she attended Trinity Episcopal School, enrolled in dance, gymnastics, and beauty pageants as a child. She essentially was like Honey Boo Boo, but with talent. And not a bunch of cheese balls.
I wish I had an extra finger, then I can grab my cheese ball.
Now, she was a natural performer, and all seemed to be going well. That is until Hurricane Katrina, well, it hit hard.
Make no mistake, Valley residents.
Now, that clip, it was in jest, but Hurricane Katrina was no joke. Now, her family, their home, it sustained a lot of wind damage, and it was no longer livable. In fact, the whole family had to be evacuated. Normani, she told People magazine, "I mean, there were bodies floating around. It was like my childhood, everything that I knew, all my memories gone." In 2005, the family were forced to move to Houston, Texas. The next year, her dad, well, he was arrested for possession of cocaine. The police report from the Pinellas County Circuit Court, well, it revealed that Daddy Derek, well, he had been discovered with an off-white flaky substance on the driver's side of his 1991 black Chevrolet Tahoe. And, well, luckily for Normani and the family, well, Derek, he ended up not being prosecuted for the crime. Now, he did learn the hard way that the Texas cops, they don't mess around. Now, growing up Normani, she was a massive fan of both Beyonce and Nicki Minaj. Now, Queen Bee is obviously her muse, but she had this to say about Nicki Minaj. She is responsible for the majority of my childhood and the influence that she had on me growing up, being that female that we've had over the course of the last 10 years or so, just really dominating. She has since met both her idols and even got a shout out from Nicki Minaj at the VMAs.
And Tiff, don't be coming for Fifth Harmony because Normani is that bitch. I'm just saying.
Normani wasn't ready for hip-hop just yet and was mostly singing gospel music, recording her first single at the age of 13. Now, not much is known about Normani's years in Texas. Her family, they lived in the outskirts of Houston in a small town known as Pearland. In 2012, at the age of 16, Normani, she was crowned Miss Teen Clear Lake and finished 6th for Miss Texas. She also got 1st overall for All Around Fitness. Good for her. Now, this was around the same time she auditioned for the 2nd season of X Factor, performing Chain of Fools by Aretha Franklin. She impressed all 4 judges and made the move to boot camp and then was eliminated, but as the story goes, well, she was brought back and put into a group with 4 other girls.
You are all, as you are, invited to the judges' table.
Now, if you're not an X Factor fan and you don't know the full story, well, the girls actually didn't win this season. But there was enough fanfare and Simon Cowell saw enough money dollar signs that he decided to make them the American and female version of One Direction. And the crowd went wild. Fifth Harmony would go on to release 2 studio albums with hits like Miss Movin' On, Worth It, and my personal favorite, Work From Home. Shout out Ty Dolla $ign. Now the girls, they picked up 3 MTV Europe Music Awards, 4 MTV Video Music Awards, 4 iHeartRadio Music Awards, an American Music Award, a Billboard Women in Music Award, and 16 Choice Awards. Now they sold a total of 456,000 albums. They also had 7 million digital songs, and they earned 1.6 billion on demand streams, making Simon Cowell a very, very rich man. He was their producer. Now, throughout all this success, Normani was quick to call back to her family, shouting them out for all their support. She stated, "I definitely had to overcome a lot and my family's literally been there for me through absolutely anything. If it wasn't for my family, I would never in a million years have built the courage to audition for X Factor. I don't know if I'd be who I am today." Now, of course, Camila Cabello, she would leave the group in 2016, and for super fans out there, well, they were well aware for some time that there was trouble amongst the girls. Take a look at this.
Kissing under the mistletoe. Me! Oh, no.
No.
It just got awkward. Okay. Anyway.
Then in 2018, Fifth Harmony as a whole, well, they announced that they were going to go on hiatus so the girls could pursue solo careers. Following the success of Camila Cabello, well, all the girls decided to go big or go home, and they all went after their own individual solo careers. Now, Normani, she tried something a little different. She actually appeared on Dancing with the Stars, which is typically where most careers go to die. But she actually made it to the finals, and she got a lot of fanfare because, of course, she dances like a hurricane. In 2018, she teamed up with Khalid for Love Lies. She also released a 2-track joint EP with producer Calvin Harris, also featuring Nigerian musician Wizkid. I'd love to make it Before They Were Famous on him. In October of 2018, she debuted her first solo single, Waves, featuring rapper Black. And 1 month later, well, she became the fastest solo artist without an album to surpass 1 billion combined Spotify streams. Now, next up, she worked with Sam Smith on Dancing with a Stranger, and then she went on tour opening for Ariana Grande on her Sweetener World Tour. Now, with all this success, she was hit with more bad news back home when she found out that her grandmother, well, she had sadly passed away. Girl groups, usually they would break up and there would only be 1 star like Beyonce, but nowadays you get 1, 2, or 3. You never get 5 though, you know? There's always someone who's a little bit of a Joey Fatone, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna wrap up this video here. My name, of course, is Michael McCrudden, and I've been working out and dieting, and I don't feel so much like a Joey Fatone myself. Let me know if I'm looking okay in the comments down below. Of course, we need suggestions from you guys on who we should document next, so please sound off in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you're new to the channel. Be sure to hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video. Boom!